Greetings, gentlemen. It is I, Victor von Frankenstein, back again with more content as promised. Welcome. Let's get started. So I've been noticing in a lot of content creators, not necessarily MGTOW, people talking about the troubles with China that we've been having recently and the Hong Kong protests. And China, to me, has always been an issue. Even when I was a younger man and started noticing labels on clothing and various other products, cheap plastic toys, stuff like that, everything seemed to be coming out of China. And as a young man, I wondered why that was. And we all understand that these cheap products, they easily could have been created here in the United States, or in wherever it is that China ships these products to. Now, if you analyze a lot of what's going on, and you start linking all of these problems together, if you notice when we started dealing with China and when we started exporting all of our jobs to these other countries, it was around the time when women started becoming empowered into the workplace and started becoming technically breadwinners of their own, which we all know is not truly the case. But when you look at the consumer labor statistics and you start trying to dig into the basis of gender, the majority of consumers in the West are women. And we all understand in this community that a majority of that consumer basis comes directly from men. Women being the consumers in the family unit. And when you analyze things like the wage gap and the pink tax, and you understand that it's always been about money to them. The only thing they've ever cared about is money and consumerism, spending. Even though they're the ones that claim to be these environmentalists and these people that are out there fighting for all the injustices of the world. And yet they can't seem to see the fact that they're the ones that create most of these injustices. They're the ones that, because of their consumeristic nature, they're actually the major contributors to pollution and to their own false narratives of climate change. Most of us understand that climate will change regardless. But don't get it twisted, gentlemen. There are plenty of men out there that helped to see this happen, that made sure that women, because they understood the economics, that women spend money. They don't make money. They are a burden upon everyone. Because of their nature, technically speaking, women in the West are the ones that cost men, great men, their jobs, their pensions, their ability to support a family. And now they sit and complain that they can't find men that earn enough to be worthy Well, looks like I got a detour to take this morning, gentlemen. God damn it. I am going to be fucking late to work. Well, and that's just the way it goes, I guess. But understand, gentlemen, that it's always been about money to them. They don't care about anything else other than how much they can extract from us. How much resource so that they can go out and buy their fancy clothes, go and spend money on useless garbage that most people just do not need. And us men in the MGTOW community, and some of the men in the red pill community, the ones that are actually true to the messages and can see the problems that we are facing and the inevitability of the collapse that will soon come. The only thing they care about is money. We understand that the greed of mankind itself is out of control. But when you analyze the greed of womankind, it's not difficult to understand and it's not difficult to see. Once we started empowering women to be strong, independent idiots, that sealed our fate. That ensured the mutual self-destruction of the genders. And the gender war is in full swing these days. Now, I know I've walked away for a little bit there, gentlemen. I got my first strike on YouTube. It was quite interesting. Gave me a strike for sexual content on a 26-second video, which was my PSA to men. And I'm not quite sure how that all worked, but I wasn't even able to review the video. Now, I know for a fact there was no sexual content in the video, so it's obvious that YouTube, they don't care. I will be back to make more content, I promise. It just might be on a little bit more of a rare occurrence. I've gotten rid of almost all my smart devices. I'm just choosing to kind of finally go my own way. I realize that being a part of the insanity of the online world and these social media sociopaths and narcissists, it's just not good for, it's not really good for anybody. I want to try to move away from it. But I know there's men out there that actually care about my message. They actually enjoy hearing what I have to say. And I don't want to just disappear from the community. There's a reason I started making content And it was to reach out to other men, to help guide men down this path, to make them see, to remove the veil from their eyes. Because each one of us, each individual that finally wakes up and can see the true evil that we face in the coming years, each one of them men is a warrior that will stand at our side. As I've said before, it's going to take men standing side by side, face to face, in order to correct the problems that we have created. I hope this message finds you gentlemen well. I wish you guys a good day.